Okay, I've got my TBR for January. I was just picking out some books on my shelves. Now, these are not all the books I'm going to read in January because I have the books that I'm getting from the Libby app. I have my Kindle Unlimited books that I haven't decided on yet. I have my Audible books that I'm reading, or listening to. So these are just my physical TBR books. And I think I might have picked too many books for my physical TBR. But we're going to see. We're going to see how many I get through this month. Because I had a physical TBR for December and I ended up not reading any of them. But here we go. So I've been meaning to finish this. I started reading it and I paused on it. And I'm about on 293 of this book. So I don't have very much to go in this book, but I've been meaning to finish it. So I'm going to try and finish that this month. Then I bought Good Girls, Bad Blood in December, and I want to read that, which is the next one in the Holly Jackson series. There is a sticker on this book. Oh, there's a sticker that you can't remove. Gross. But yeah, but it's the second in the series. Because I read Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I read that one. And I wanted to read the second one in the series. Then someone on Blue Sky had marketed their book, The House That Echoed Madness, so I wanted to read their book. It's an indie published book, so I wanted to read that. Let me read the synopsis. Going home has never been more frightening. After years of estrangement, Temple Grange receives a mysterious letter from an aunt she can't remember. A letter beckoning her to a decaying estate where her mother has gone mad. An estate full of secrets and pure terror. As Temple sets out on a journey to rescue her mother, she is warned of dark curses, witchcraft, and demonic possession. Warned of people disappearing and mysterious experiments gone wrong. But no matter how frightened she may be, Temple knows that she has to enter that house to learn the truth, even if she has to deal with ghosts, demons, witchcraft, curses, and pure evil itself. But can she escape the curse that looms over her family, or will she fall prey to its darkness? House Echo Madness. So that's going to be interesting. Then there's this book that I wanted to read. I think it's a young adult book. It's The Chocolate War. I've been meaning to read that for a while. I think this one's got a sticker on it too. I got this a while ago, but I've been meaning to read it. Oh. Anyway. But it won the Orange Prize, the Song of Achilles. I've heard, this is one of those book talk books, I think, that I've heard good things about. So I'm going to read that and see if I like that anything, if I like that at all. But it's a bestseller, so we'll see how it goes. Then this is one of the books that I didn't get to. This is, if you saw that video, books I didn't get to in 2024. One of those tweeny books, The Warning. I'm going to read that. And then I've got Oceanic, which is a poetry book, and I've got Birdsong, which is a theater play. I've got those on my list for January that I've been meaning to read as well. So those are the last two books on my list. That's my physical TBR. I also have a library book kicking around here somewhere. I have this until the 21st, which is Season of the Swamp from the library. New Orleans, 1853. A young exile named Benito Juarez disembarks at a fetid port city at the edge of the swamp. Years later, he will become the first indigenous head of state in the post-colonial Americas. But now he is as anonymous and invisible as any other migrant to the roiling, alluring city of New Orleans. So it's kind of a short book. It's only like 200 pages or so. It's only 140 pages. So it's a pretty short book, but it's about post-colonial New Orleans. 1830s, 1840s. So I'm curious to see what that's about. See what the see what that time period was like in New Orleans, because I've been reading a lot of books about New Orleans recently. I've been kind of curious to see, you hear a lot about New Orleans, but I hadn't really done a lot of research about New Orleans. You hear smatterings of things here and there, but I just hadn't done a lot of research about it. So I'm curious to learn more, I suppose. I've never been to New Orleans. I've heard about people going to New Orleans and then they get sick because apparently they go to New Orleans and they haven't had all of their flu shots or whatever shots, and then they get sick or whatever. I had an ex-boyfriend who went there and he didn't have his flu shot and he got sick. And I was like, well, that was dumb to travel without getting all of your shots. But he got really sick too, like not even a little bit sick. And I was like, I feel like that was the city base. I don't know. You think about like curses and stuff like that, or like karma. Like maybe that was karma. I don't know. But I would not travel. I worry about traveling to a city like New Orleans, because if you have any negative karma on your head, that city is going to rise up and get you. I'd probably end up with like mild case of like stomach ulcer, some upset stomach or something. Like, oh yeah, you said it, you gave somebody a bad look once, and now you've got stomach pains or something. It's like, oh man, I didn't mean to, I'm sorry. Go in the city with evil eye protection or something, I don't know. Am I the only one that thinks about those things? Am I too superstitious? I don't know. New Orleans is a city that inspires superstitions, I suppose. You don't do anything, you don't have to worry about it, but I don't know, maybe I'm just a fearful person, God-fearing person. Fearful of what might happen. There's a lot of dead people above ground in New Orleans. I actually was kind of worried. I was really sad about New Orleans because I heard because today is New Year's Day, and they just had a terrorist attack hit the city, and I was really sad about what happened in New Orleans. I was thinking about New Orleans today. I was really sad about what happened in the city, because they had been affected. It makes it so hard to even celebrate any more holidays or special occasions, because you go and you do these things out in public, and you're like in a city or something, and then all of a sudden somebody's running their car through, or like doing a mass shooting, and it makes it so dangerous and so scary to even just go out in public. Like, you're just the fear that something is going to happen, or that just the fear of that you are that you're not safe at any time you could just be taken out. And that's scary, and that's wild to me that we live in this state of fear in society, that you can't go and do anything without there being an incident. It always feels like you're just like rolling the dice every time. I don't know. It's scary. It's scary to think about. I don't like it. So, yeah, pray for the families of those who died, and heart goes out to them. Heart goes out to New Orleans. I wish they would do something about gun control in this country. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sick of guns in this country, having such an effect, and that we just are still not doing anything about guns in this country. And I don't see them doing anything about guns in this country anytime soon. But that's why I don't go out and celebrate anymore for holidays or any of those things. I don't really like going out anymore. And that's the real thing, is I just don't like doing things out in public anymore. Being out is scary because you just never know what's going to happen. Anyway, I gotta go, but it was nice talking to you. I've got my stack of books, so I am very happy. And I'll see you on the next one. Stay safe out there. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye.